If you've been praying on Target's downfall, keep praying because it's working. It's time to celebrate because things keep getting worse for the retail giant after they abandoned DEI. The company just reported another terrible quarter with profits plummeting 19% because they continue to lose shoppers that they once had. This sales slump is so severe that Target itself has admitted that it expects a weak and disappointing holiday season, and Target is panicking now. Target is flooding stores with thousands of new products and cutting prices after previously alienating its core customer base. Maybe the Trumpers can come to your store and buy some mugs and some knickknacks. And thankfully, it's continuing to get worse. Target stock is in free fall and is down a dramatic 43%. And do I feel bad for Target? Absolutely not. This is just the consequences of Target's decision finally coming home to roost, and they are paying the price. So if you haven't stepped foot in Target since they capitulated to that administration, keep up the good work. Companies that abandon us don't need our coin. Get somebody else to do it.
We ain't buying it. We ain't buying it. Why? Because when you support Trump, we don't support you.
Target just paid the price for betraying its own customers. Target didn't just hit a rough patch. They're dealing with a mess that they helped create. Their sales have been flat for almost 4 years. They just cut around 1,000 corporate jobs, and they admitted that they stocked the wrong products for a customer base that's already stretched thin. But here's the part that the headlines keep skipping. A lot of this started when they backed away from their own DEI principles. The shoppers who actually spend that money noticed. The LGBTQ community noticed. The allies noticed. The people who liked Target because it felt welcoming noticed. And when Target tried to soften their stance to calm the outrage crowd, the customers who built their brand stepped back instead. Foot traffic dropped, trust dropped, and now the numbers are finally showing it. This isn't just an economic story. It's what happens when a company abandons the very people who kept it thriving. If you want more breakdowns like this, tap follow so you don't have to miss the next one.
I think it's entirely possible that Target does not survive this. Obviously, Target has been the subject of a massive national boycott, but after looking at their most recent earnings, I have to be very clear with you. This is a company that is literally in free fall. Sales tumbled again this quarter. They just had a massive layoff of 1,000 of their corporate employees, 8% of their total global workforce, 8%. And the stock is down 35% this year alone. In August, Target's CEO stepped down, but they replaced him with another internal Target operations chief. And seemingly, instead of addressing the concern of customers who feel that they have been alienated by a brand that they cared about for a long time, Target has decided to invest in ChatGPT, letting a partnership with OpenAI so you can shop at Target in ChatGPT. There is really a perfect storm of economic conditions, a significant backlash from Target's decision to, walk away from DEI. And now you have a brand that hasn't been able to win back those customers, that doesn't seem to know who it is, and doesn't seem to be able to pull itself out of the situation that it's in, which leads me to think that it's possible that it may not, in fact, do that. And here's the most important data point that leads me to believe this. Walmart has actually seen a significant increase in Target's core customer. 75% of Walmart's gains in its customer base have come from customers who make over $100,000 a year, and this quite literally was Target's prime customer base. But I am really curious what your thoughts are on the situation, because as I have walked away from Target, I find it easier and easier and easier every month simply not to return. For me personally, as a younger person, I felt like Target was a company that respected who I was as a human being. But they turned their back to me and to millions of other people, seemingly only in the interest of profit. And I think Target may have believed that they could attract new customers by turning their back on their existing customer base, and that somehow still those existing customers would remain loyal. That just doesn't make sense. But also, in a time when I think a lot of people feel like their voice doesn't matter, I can't think of a more powerful example of how when people really stick to their principles, it can have long-term consequences. Now, for Target, those consequences are obviously not very good. But I think myself and millions of other people have one simple philosophy. Our personal values are more important than our grocery values.
Target supported Donald Trump, but right now they are filing the biggest losses in the market. I mean, they not only supported him behind closed doors, they even went ahead and publicly donated to his inauguration. They even dropped their DEI policies as soon as Donald Trump suggested that DEI should be illegal. I mean, from the look of things, you can definitely see that racism is expensive. They're having to go through all these losses simply because they had one specific demographic. And when I say this, I mean, or I'm talking about the black population in America. So racism is expensive, and you can definitely see that Target is currently filing so many losses, and they are not accepting, or they are not taking their L's. They supported Donald Trump, thinking that Donald Trump would help them make more profits as soon as he would ascend into power. And thereafter, they went ahead and destroyed their public reputation, despising black people for a group of people which does not even support their business, a group of people that was not known for shopping at Target. And right now that the festive season is here, and now that black people are canceling the holidays, they know that they have to do something as far as marketing is concerned. They are trying to trick and to lure black people into buying or shopping at Target during these festive holidays, but black people are boycotting.
So this is basically the 10-4 policy from Target. It's effectively a happiness policy. Here's how it's going to work. I am 10 feet away from the camera. If I was a store employee and I saw you coming in, I would wave, I would say hi, I would kind of make eye contact with you, make sure we're seeing each other, not really interrupt you. If I am now 4 feet away, which would bring me right here, quite up close, I am to interact with you and start a warm and friendly conversation. 10 feet to 4 feet, 10-4. Now, according to Target, they say they know that they are in a race for your dollars ahead of the busy holiday shopping season. And the latest sales figures show that sales have dropped. So they're trying to figure out a way to boost those numbers. They're hoping that a healthy dose of Midwest nice pushes them over the line. But you have to wonder if this new 10-4 policy may backfire, at least from a PR perspective.
I think when you release your rules for how your disgruntled employees should treat their guests, you're preparing the guests for some really awkward and sort of false, forced interactions. And so I think it's going to, at least in the short run, increase the discomfort that people feel when they walk into the store, because things will feel off.
And that was Mark DeMassimo. He is a marketing expert. So, meantime, shoppers here at the Clifton Target say they haven't noticed a difference. And while it's nice to be nice, they would actually just prefer to get on their way.
I didn't notice much.
Would it bother you if they were doing that? How would you kind of approach that?
I mean, I think it's a good thing. I mean, I would always try to be nice to people, especially if I'm running a business.
What does it say to you that a company needs to tell their employees to be nicer?
I guess they gotta get new people. I mean, if you gotta tell somebody to be nice, I mean, that's not how it works then, right?
Were they nicer?
No.
Did anybody make eye contact with you?
We didn't talk to anybody today, so we really just kind of got in and got out.
So the reason I ask is because they implemented this new policy where they're supposed to make eye contact with you. They're supposed to smile at you and make sure you notice it. They're supposed to be nicer to you.
No, we didn't notice anything different.
Target has a new policy called the 10-4 rule. So basically, when you come in Target and if one of their team members see you, when you're 10 feet away, they're supposed to acknowledge you with a smile or a nod. And then when they get about 4 feet away, that's when they're supposed to say, like, hey, can I help you? What do you need? There's this lady on here that she's going through Target and she is approaching Target team members, walking past them, trying to get some type of reaction to see if they're actually going to do what they're supposed to do. Okay, ma'am, stop doing that. And people, please don't make this a trend. No one wants to be bothered at their job. I need to brush my teeth. Do I want to whiten them before I go to bed? I just have so many random thoughts. You literally are doing too much. Stop bothering people at their job. And if you got any pin curl tips, drop them in the comments.
Hello and welcome to this Very interesting episode. My name is Kachina, and as usual, I'd invite you to give or to leave your comments in the comment section, because I'd really want to know what your thoughts are concerning these. Let's have that conversation going. Let's keep the talk going. Now, you have seen this new marketing strategy by Target. It's called the 10-4 policy. Tell me, what do you think about it? You know, to them, they think that smiling at customers will make black people go back to shopping there. Instead of, you know, they're not just trying to fix the mess that was there. They're not trying to fix the mess. If anything, they are trying to fix all these with probably a smile on their face. They think that by them just smiling, black people will go there. I don't think it will work, because if anything, the workers at the end of the day, or rather the employees, will get exhausted. I know it's part of customer service just to smile. It should be something normal, but the kind of directives that they are giving, it's kind of exhausting, and I don't think these employees will keep up to the task, or will match the task as time goes by, that is. And again, on the other hand, I think buyers will feel even more discomfort, or rather annoyance. Some people out there are just introverted, and they don't want people coming closer to them, talk about 4 feet, smiling at them, and then beginning unnecessary conversations with them. I think to some extent it will also affect customers, because at the end of the day, customers already do feel uncomfortable in Target. And right now, they're even making it even way worse. It's only going to get worse for Target. If anything, they have already lost it. They lost it as soon as they lost the black population, as soon as they lost the black dollar. And it makes me happy to see that black folks are now waking up. They're now waking up to the fact that they must, for them to control these huge corporations, for them to negotiate with them, they must not probably just go out there protesting physically, but they must just know the power of the black dollar. They must just know the power that they have as far as controlling the economy in America. If anything, black people do control the economy, and when they hold their dollars, when they say no to spending in these huge corporations, and they decide to promote each other or spend within the community, then these huge corporations owned by billionaires do crumble. That's the only language that these billionaires can understand. That's the only way that you can get to negotiate with these billionaires, because at the end of the day, they do not care about you, they do not care about me, they do not care about any other person. They only care about themselves and their pockets. They only care about the profits that they make. And it makes me happy reading the comments when I go through these videos, reading comments of black people trying to say or saying that they never spent it at Target ever since the boycott. They've never gone back to Target. It really makes me happy to see that. It only suggests that black people are now knowing their worth. They now know that they can have other alternatives and can't just be forced or be bent to shop at Target. So many black people are confessing to the fact that they have never gone back to Target ever since the boycott. And I bet this has been a successful boycott, and it was one of the biggest boycotts ever seen in America. So that having said, I just like to also insist that all that I've just said over here, just my own personal opinions. Please let me know what your opinion is. As usual, I have been your presenter and your host, Kachina. Please leave a thumbs up if at all you do or you did enjoy this video, and if at all these are the kind of videos that do speak to your soul, or these are the kind of videos that you do enjoy, then please consider supporting this channel by subscribing and even by sharing this video to more and more people so that it can reach more people.